Hi, folks. Merry Christmas Eve. I am Dave Woodard, the man from the East. I am here I received a message yesterday morning. I was actually getting ready to take part of my family to the airport in Logan. So I didn't get a chance to respond to it yesterday. But as soon as I was going to, first thing in the morning, Why Must I Go sent me an offer of betting $100,000. I read it real quick. $100,000. He bet us going against each other for our solves. And I was jumping right on it. But it disappeared within a couple seconds after that. So I saw it. I know. I didn't get a screenshot, which I normally do, but I started responding instead because I just wanted to get my message out there. But it was gone. So that challenge of $100,000 for solves, when supposedly Jack is the one that solved it, right? So we're competing on who has a better solve. Now, just so you folks know, I have invited everybody onto my one of my videos. I invited people to put their solves in a 15-minute video, just so that you don't have to sit there and watch 4 hours to try to learn somebody's solve. Get it all, as much as you can, into 15-minute videos, and that's in the group of videos I have. So, I don't go out specifically looking for people to crush their dreams and tell them they're wrong. I will tell them they're wrong on my videos, but I'm not going to go to somebody else's channel and keep telling them that they're wrong, which is kind of what somebody keeps doing to me, especially when they're offering me a bet. Now, I gladly take that bet, but I am in the middle of something else right now where I'm not worried about it. I could use the extra money, but I'll let that slide. I'm not worried about it. But if you really do want the bet, Why Must I Go? I will. Let's put it in writing. But before you do, you seriously want to watch my videos again, especially the one and only, and maybe some of the Superman stuff. Actually, because of the Superman stuff, just so you know, I just got this shirt yesterday. All superheroes, right? The reason being, and I call in the superheroes because these were so important to Forrest Fenn. When I came up with the Superman idea of how he had this interpreted or interjected in his solve, I didn't know about the third book. And this is what was in the third book. Now that's pretty incredible, right? Like, he's finally trying to slap people in the face saying there's something including a superhero here somehow. Okay, but he doesn't bring up Superman in that little story. It's the same thing with number 3 book with the spices. He brings up 16 different spices that were important to him as a kid, tasting them. And he doesn't bring up cinnamon for Cimarron. He leaves out specific things to let you figure that out. And that's, I just wanted to state that real quick. But what the things that are going on right now are, I had this epiphany last night. I had a half a brownie again, but I was laying down, just resting, and this thought came through my head. Oh my God, they know. They see, the people that know my solve is correct might understand this a little bit better than the people that haven't watched what my video is and what my videos are. But I've said it right along. The only one that could stop Jack and Shiloh and this whole fraud going on is the actual person who really solved this treasure hunt. Now, I was kind of in fear for my life back when I started these videos, because if they shut me up, it's done. There's nobody that's going to be able to step forward and show the actual true solve here. And I'm excited because I know it is. And I put it out there, and there's so many different things that pull it together. And the people that do want to watch and want to learn it, good for you. I take questions. I try to answer them constructively, how it fits in the poem. I'm not one 1,000% correct. I was correct enough where I found the final resting place where the cross was. And people, when I explained it to somebody in person, I say, I found this cross. I figured out what the poem was, that's the map, everything, and it brought me to this cross. And they're like, okay. And I tell them what's on the cross. And they're like, okay, Kent and Esther is on the cross. They don't get it, which is understandable. And nobody really would. But when you start breaking it down and fitting in all these clues with Clark Kent and Aunt Esther, when I took the pictures of the superhero article, I went back and looked. Annabella's hat, right? Or her husband's hat. He offered the guy $300 to buy the hat because it had a bullet hole in it. He thought it was really cool. There's so many connections here. The Annabella and the hat, which Aunt Esther used to wear hats all the time. Remember the ugly duckling, the smile at a homely girl? That's how I came up with the connection with that. Well, this Annabella, if you look up Annabella, I was like, it doesn't give her name. I don't know who to look up. So I look up Annabella. I came up with a French actress. That French actress was really known or really popular for acting like boyish, like gammons, I think it's called. I'm not sure how you say it. I didn't even look it up. But gammons, the definition for gammons is very boyish. So that androgynous name is brought in again for Esther on the cross, which is along with the hundreds of others answers that I brought in for Aunt Esther and Clark Kent. The looking for Lewis and Clark is really looking for Lois and Clark. There's so many connections that make it so beautiful, and people just brush it right off. But as far as every single clue solved, I will go up against anybody, and I'm not making that as a threat, but a guy that comes to somebody else's channel and starts telling them that they're wrong, that man is threatened. Okay? So he knows in reality, that's why he pulled that right back off. But he knows he's not right. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at anybody out there that thinks they have it right. There's new videos coming out with other people that have that put out what they think the solve is, which is fine. I have no problem with that. It just takes away from everybody joining together against Jack and Shiloh going. And that's the thing. I started to get into that, and my ADD starts kicking in, and I lose track. But what I wanted to say was, they have not said anything to me on the emails. Now, I was in fear for my life. I'll get back to that part. I was in fear for my life when I started putting these videos out to let people know what was going on. Because, as I said, if they take me out, nobody knows what I know for the solve. There's so many things that I have. So what I can give for answers towards the solve to let everybody know exactly, and this is how I know that I am correct, because they were emailing me and they were trying to shut me down. They were just like busting my balls. They were putting people on to make fun of me on my videos, just like they do a lot of other people on their YouTube channels. They're just vicious that way. But I'm not going to get into how mean the family is today. It's Christmas tomorrow. What I wanted to say was, I don't believe that they know or they knew what the actual true solve was that Forrest put out. I think when Forrest knew that he got screwed over, he took that actual solve and eliminated it, because he didn't want them getting a hold of it, using it for their own solve at the end. They are clueless, and they're coming up with 9 Mile. And the reason I feel like they didn't know what was actually, like, what the solve was, because when I started to put it out, I was just another pain in the ass. But now they're realizing, holy shit, everything this guy is saying, it actually lines up with the books. It actually answers every single question. He actually knows what the answers to every single quote are. So the family is realizing that I am the actual true solver of this treasure hunt. And now that it's gone this far, if they take me out now, they have motive. So my family's looking at some hell of a lawsuit there. but I don't think they're crazy enough to take me out anymore because of where we're at. But they've gone quiet. Remember they were supposed to have a big reveal come September? Well, I keep putting out information, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to cover that. We got to try to figure out how to counteract on that statement or whatever." All the things that I put out within the past few months have really knocked them for a loop on them realizing really how much I've solved on this whole treasure hunt in Forrest's 15 years. Now you got to remember, he had 15 years he did this creation. Now, everything that I brought up and given you, I'll give you a quick example too. He talked about having a dream that he was with Captain Kidd on Gardiner Island, but he woke up. Now, if you look up A Sunday Kind of Love, Fran Warren, right? Fran Warren, if you look up some of the movies that she did, one of them was Abbott and Costello Meet Captain Kidd. Now, I looked it up trying to find it and trying to play it. I searched for like 45 minutes on all different sites, YouTube, regular Prime Video. I couldn't find it. So I don't know if there's some kind of connection in that movie that possibly has Palisade Sill for, like, they were hiding behind a palisade on an island where, whatever. I'm not sure. I couldn't get the movie, and it's been so long since I saw the movie. I wouldn't remember from when I was 7 years old or whatever, because I'm 57 years old. I'm up there. So those movies, I remember those movies. But all of these things that he puts in his different stories are most likely about some type of movie actress, shows, something. That's how he connected all of this. And that's what the Kent and Esther are. So those people that want to diss me and say they're crap, whatever, it's not going to bother me. What I know and what other people are seeing, and that's why the Fenn family has gone quiet. They keep trying to, if they put it out, and this is how I took it last night when I had that epiphany. The Forrest Fenn family, if they put out the Netflix thing right now and say that this is specifically what happened, I've said right along, the only thing that can debunk it is the actual true solve. And when they are waiting for you people to go, holy shit, this guy solved it. Why is the family doing this? That's what they're waiting for. They're not holding back because they want to hold back. They're waiting for somebody to finally go, Jesus Christ, this guy fucking solved it. Why doesn't the people join him? Why don't they join him and rise up? Because I'm doing it alone, and it's okay that so yes, I will keep doing it alone. It's okay. I'll fight this fight, and I don't want to fight, but they pushed it to that limit. But the family seriously is waiting for the community to finally go, this guy has every single thing that Forrest put inside of his, I mean, everything that I can think of. And I know that people send me other questions, and they say, well, what about the dry Cimarron River? Carlo, good point. But I did the dry Cimarron River a long time ago, tried to fit it in. It didn't seem to work. There's certain things that fit in certain areas that make it a map, that make the whole poem into 9 clues that separate different areas with semicolons, separates from the ridge up down to the parking area, but it's still connected. Even though it's a semicolon, it's a continuation of that area. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down. The semicolon, and it all pulls together with the punctuations and how many clues there are. Everybody else that you see is going to pull a clue out. They're going to pull one line out. And Forrest said, don't disregard any word in the poem. They're all important. So all being important, you use them all in the 9 clues. I'm the only one, and people have said that. I haven't watched every other person, but there's a certain 9 clues that bring you to the final resting place. And this is the thing. In that court document, the declaration, they said that take the chest and go in peace gives you rights to the treasure chest. That's not the title. Everybody knows that, but they use that. Like Forrest was like, if Shiloh wants to use this, go right ahead. They can debunk that. That doesn't give you title to the treasure chest, title to the gold. You have to figure out the rest of the clue from after take the chest and go in peace. And they didn't, but I did. And I tell it in my video on how that actually works out. So take the chest and go in peace is not giving you full rights to the treasure chest, whether you stole it or not. Okay? The title, and everybody out there, you should understand that, right? If you're brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold. That's where it's that right there. And they don't know what in the wood is. They think it's a tree or a nook or whatever. But in the wood is in Palisade Sill. The brave and there's so many things in my solve. Just go back and look at it. But all the answers are there, and it's so creatively genius that he did it. It's the way he did it. This is going to be a movie. I'm telling you right now. This solve, there's no way with how it all interconnects with the things in the book and how you can solve it within the first few clues. Like he said, you figure out from the map portion. You figure out by the third clue in the map portion, you were at Palisade Sill. That's how you solve this. That's why he said people figure out the first two clues and they go right all by the rest. Right? I'm getting excited. Merry Christmas, everybody. Christmas Eve. But you go right by all the other clues because you drive right by Palisade Sill and you head down to Maverick Creek to start searching. That's why he said it the way he said it. He's a master at wordplay. And I'm a master at ball busting and picking on people and switching things to make my own agenda when somebody says something. I am a kidder, and everything I say, I twist the words around. That's why I solved Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt, because of how he twists almost everything he says. You have to be able to look at each individual line, each word he says, everything, how it's connected, how it brings in double meanings and double entendres or whatever you want to call them. But as far as these switching lines and moving things around in the poem, you cannot screw around with the poem. He said in so many different times, he said, start at the beginning. You're going to miss everything if you don't start at the beginning. If you can't figure out the first clue, you might as well stay home and play canasta. If you figure out the first clue like I did, that first clue was Palisade Sill. It explained it. He pinpointed it with the hint of riches new and old. So when I literally drove to the canyon for the first time, I pulled into Palisade's extra parking lot up next to the picnic area, which is to bring a sandwich. I parked right in front of the sign that he hid the treasure. He says you're going to go straight to it. There's so many things. And like I said, these other channels diss me. But I'm fighting for these other channels to get the truth out there because everybody ultimately wants the truth. And the family knows that the actual solve is out there. So if they take what they have frauded and conspired with and put it out as actual fact, they are going to be screwed even more than what they are right now. So they're sitting back. And this is why I had that feeling last night. I'm like, you know what? They haven't emailed me anything because they were giving me information that let me know that it was really some of them who brought up this whole fraud, trying to have me stop. Just say, stop, Dave. You're gonna need to wait. We'll make sure we take care of you. I've got all those emails. I've got everything that they are worried that, and people see it. You people see that there's the true solve here, and I have no doubt. In my mind, absolutely 100%. I will answer any questions, but why must I go? If you really want to make that crazy bet, I'm all for it, man. And then when all this gets squared away for the actual treasure chest being stolen, by Forrest Fenn's family. Forrest Fenn had nothing to do with that. He was trying to cover his ass and trying not to fuck over his family, even though he got screwed over for this whole chess thing. Let me ask you something. Back in December, when Forrest was alive, he said, now, maybe I'm wrong, but nobody's ever commented, even though I asked last time. Forrest Fenn wanted to end the treasure hunt. Am I right or am I wrong on that? Because if he did, his family was all for it for the past 10 years to shut down the treasure hunt. Why did they stop him all of a sudden last December? Right? Because if he shut down the treasure hunt, they didn't have enough ready or anything for coming out with any it would just be disappeared. And I would have came forward back then and they would have been screwed. So they needed to try to set up different things in line last December when Forrest wanted to shut it down. Because he sent Dale Neitzel an email, correct? Bo Arrow told me that he was on a gag order. Now, who the hell is Bo Arrow, you people ask, right? He's the guy that was one of the guys that infiltrated into the community to be able to talk shit about everybody, and Robert McQuaid was the other one. Now, I still get little comments by Robert McQuaid, but he's puts up his clown faces, and I have a text, actually. He put a clown face at the end of what he said. I said, hey, I'm glad to see you've gone back to your avatar. And then he realized, oh, this guy fucking... But I got a snapshot of that one. I suckered him right into it. So, anyways, I'm tricky like that, like Forrest was, and I know if you people look into the actual solve, you will see some of the beauty there. You may not see it all, but for some reason, the way my mind works, it pulls in and it's all connected in there, in my little mind. So I'm telling you right now, when you finally see the beauty of how he put all this together, it will be a movie. This will be the actual movie for the actual solve. And I don't care about the drama about the stealing of the treasure chest. I just want that out on the table. I want Forrest Fenn's name cleared for causing all of this, which he didn't. And somebody's got to pay for it or go down for it or something. This is something that has to be done. And that's why I've asked the community how you people feel about knowing that there's been some fraudulent activities, and everybody knows because of Jack's, the pictures I put up in the last video of the final resting place. I would love to see a date and timestamp of that actual picture that was sent to Forrest Fenn, because I can tell you right now with the ground cover, the way it was, that ground cover is the same exact ground cover they used in the picture as what my pictures are for Palisade Sill. It is. That's what scares them. When I really get into, if we have to go to court on this, they're screwed. They know they're screwed. So they're not going to put something out right now. That's why there's a hesitation so long. They're like, if we put out this stuff and people realize that this guy has the true solve, we're going to look like jackasses, right? They are. So I just wanted to put that out and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and keep up the good fight. Some of the videos that are coming out there and some of the questions, you people know, if you look back at my little virus video, you'll see who these little sneaky snakes are. And they put up the crap little comments. And they will dig you down if you try to do anything positive. So whatever comments I get, I appreciate it. Just take it with a grain of salt. And if you have any questions, I will answer them. But they are doing a little bit of messing around with. Somebody said, "Hey, you deleted my post, my comment." I'm not that. I don't do that. The only things I've deleted is from these virus people that they go way overboard with some of the crap. But other comments I do leave up, and you'll see them up there, so that you can see the type of people they are and how they're pulling together with Alona in there, or whatever you want to call them, and there's a few others. But you'll see it. And folks, I wish you all the best. I hope you follow me, because as I said before, they were busting my balls saying, "Oh, this isn't interesting yet." Yawn. Well, you know what? Things are changing. and people are seeing it. And I appreciate those people who have the insight and have that ability to be able to keep it together as you pull the clues in and how they connect. Because it's once you get it all, it's like, wow, this is so cool. So, anyways, I'll let you people go. To all my other vloggers, Merry Christmas. I wish you luck on your channels. If you notice, some of the other vloggers don't really bring up my name or my videos because they don't want to lose their views. When people realize who the actual solver is and what he has out for information, I think some of them are just afraid they're going to lose their viewers. But they won't stop following you. You still have your followers, but you may not have the views unless you put some important information or content in your videos that actually people understand. And I do a lot of ball busting, and I still have videos I'm thinking about putting out for Jackie Boy. It's like you just can't get enough, right? One of them was Moni Moni. I was going to do a video, and I was going to try to sing. I'm not really a singer, but I was going to call Such a Phony, Jack's a Fucking Phony, woo! Okay. I was going to do stuff like that. I still may. But anyways, I'll let all you folks go. Please have a very merry, safe Christmas tomorrow. Kiss your family, hug them, and enjoy the holiday season. Until next time, thank you so much, folks. I am Dave Woodard, the man from the East, the true solver of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. All right, take care.